sunrise, new day's dawning, and it's calling you and me, where the mighty Mississippi flows by Memphis, Tennessee. We've got woodlands, fields, and water. Hey, there is no better way. You can find out all about it on Outdoors with Larry Ray. Make some time, take the family, ask a friend, but don't delay. Listen up and learn about it on Outdoors with Larry Ray. Listen up and learn about it on Outdoors with Larry Ray.
Good Saturday morning and welcome to another edition of the award-winning Outdoors with Larry Ray. Brought to you proudly by Tennessee Wildlife Resource Agency, Barton Power Sports, Sportsman's Warehouse, and Best Care Home Services. Now, here's your host, Larry Ray.
Hey, good Saturday morning. Welcome to Outdoors with Larry Ray as we talk outdoors for the next 90 minutes in our 18th year on the air at the beautiful Intercom Radio Studios here. Shelby McCall is our show producer, and this is second Saturday, which means it's the first for Ron Wong. We have bonus Wong later in the month, but Ron is with me. Good morning, Ron.
Hey, good morning, Larry. It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood.
It is, yes.
You know, the sun is supposed to come out later on today.
Well, that's good.
And that's a good thing. We really don't need any more rain.
No.
You know, especially with all of the rain and the snow melt they have north of us here.
Well,
Davenport, Iowa. It's flooded, and I've been up there before to fish on the Mississippi River. But, you know, all of that's coming down, so.
Well, you know where the Mississippi River starts, though, don't you?
Minnesota.
Have you ever been there to that spot? It's
I
really
haven't.
famous. I've been there, and
oh, really?
I'm sure maybe this guy on the other end of the line with us.
You know, I really want to get up there.
Yeah, because it starts in Minnesota.
And fish.
Yes, but let's talk about a lure that's been around longer than me and Ron.
Well,
how about that, Ron?
That's a long time, and
that's
I will tell you.
That's a long time.
You know, before I learned how to fish, one of the very first lures that my daddy had.
Yeah.
And they were first coming out in the U.S. Out of Europe. A minnow-looking bait, black back, silver, and I have to tell you, he treasured that thing like you wouldn't believe.
Well, the original floating Rapala.
That was what it was.
And they're still out there, and we got the man that
still works.
It can talk all about Rapala to us. That's Matt Jensen. He's Director of Marketing at Rapala in Minnesota. And good morning, Matt.
Yeah, good morning, guys. Excited to be able to call in and talk to you today. It's a historic day in Minnesota here. Can I tell you why?
Tell us. Why?
Well, you guys teed me up better than ever to get introduced here because today is the number one day every year in Minnesota that people are trolling Rapalas.
Really?
It's the Minnesota Fishing Opener.
The Minnesota. So you guys have a season. I mean, this is the day that it happens, May the 11th. I mean, so
it is. I mean, they're it's an event every year that the governor of Minnesota, they call it the Governor's Open.
Yes.
They pick a different lake to promote every single year here in Minnesota, and you know, but for the history of Rapala, it has just become a holiday here in Minnesota for walleye fishing, especially.
Yeah.
But just the multi-species, a part of the fun family outdoor activities. It's been really exciting. So it's fun to call in today and be able to share some of the Rapala news.
And 1930s, Finland. I think it was. I'm trying to remember.
You're right. 1936.
1936.
That's older than you
older
and
than
I
me.
both.
Yeah, that's, well, not combined, but I mean, we don't want to get into that. But, Matt, before we get into talk a little bit about the history, because this This is a pretty amazing. It's probably one of the first words, even though I mispronounced it in my early years, and it's one of the oldest companies. Talk about that and how Rapala has been able to stay consistent in this ever-changing, and Ron knows this, you pick up how many fishing lures there are. Talk about that, the stability of Rapala.
Yeah, and we talk about how Rapala continues to grow each and every year, and it's because we have that tradition within our brand, which I'll talk about a little bit, but it's also because we're willing and able to adapt and innovation as well. But the original floater that you're talking about that everybody's fishing today, I mean, it's still that original minnow action is still something that you can't pass up when you're, fishing open water, multi-species. And the history of it is, for your guys' audience to learn, it's 15 years here for me, and it's still fun to learn more and more about the history of Rapala. But Lori Rapala was carving his lures back in 1936, more so to just, catch fish and feed his family.
Yes.
And the Olympics were hosted overseas later on. When you got into like the early late 50s, early 60s, and a couple gentlemen named Ray Ostrom and Ron Weber. Came across the original floating lure and wrote a letter to Lori Rapala. And because of the Olympics, some athletes had brought them back from Europe, and and then this is how that happened. So, there wasn't social media, there wasn't easy ways to find out information, and over some letters and some contracts, the first 1,000 were shipped into the U.S. Then eventually it grew to a distribution rights, and today we're one of the biggest. Well, we are the biggest lure manufacturer in the world, and we're continuing to grow. But the cool thing, when you ask, why does Rapala still have the reputation they do? If you look at Rapala lures, every single one, and I've been to our factories twice, every single one is hand-tuned and tank tested.
Absolutely, and that's one of the things.
What makes that so important, Ron?
Well, a lot of fishermen, just like me, when I get out on the lake and I pull out a brand new lure and tie it on, I want it to work perfectly
the first time.
I don't want to have to deal with it. And that's one of the things that Rapala is not only noted for, but I have to tell you, they catch fish. I think, if I'm not mistaken, Matt, Rapala Lures holds more world's records than any other lure on the market. Is that correct?
That's true, correct? And that is very true. It's actually one of our campaigns. And, we hold the world record for world records. And every single year when the IGFA comes out with the record books, typically Rapala scores like another 20 names in the book, right? Records that have been broken, and they're by Rapala. And usually the next brand has 3 or 4. And so every year we're usually just growing our own, our own record, because we're such a glol brand. Just effective products around the world.
Well, again, we're talking to Matt Jensen. He is the director of marketing at Rapala, and we're talking fishing on this Saturday morning on Outdoors with Larry Ray. We're gonna really focus in on a lot of that. If you folks stick around for the 90 minutes, it's the fastest 90 minutes in outdoor radio programming. But I know we can look at history, we can look at the name, and Ron will admit to this, but you got to stay abreast of what's going on. And I know that you guys, you've been with them 13 years. You got to know the industry is not what it was 13 years ago. There's about 1,300 still out there.
And you look at what Rapala has done to stay up with technology. First of all, the colors that they have now. The new baits that they come out every year, like the slab wrap.
The slab wrap.
Absolutely.
What color's that?
They have all kinds of colors.
He knows I love colors. Okay,
super
Matt.
Shad wrap.
Okay, I love names and colors. That's when if I come back.
And you talk about ripstop.
Okay.
Oh, what a lure.
Well, we'll talk about that.
Well, and then your guys' heart of the country. So you not only have, one of the things we've always bring our, like, the marketing to is, Rapala is the only company that is, mass producing balsa baits. And balsa is a very tough product to make it a finite process of always running true out of the box, but it is the best action bait. But the heart of your guys' country, one of our number one pros, Ott Defo, just won the Bassmaster Classic out in Knoxville, Tennessee.
Yes, been on here many times.
Right, and you talk about the innovation that we're continuing to bring out, but one of the baits he used there at the Classic was the Rapala DT series. And the reason why Ott continues to throw that bait, the size 4 and the 6 and the 10, is because it's a balsa crankbait, and it's just more effective in those colder waters fishing a crankbait in that part of the country. Yeah. And our sales in DT series are skyrocketing.
I understand that the day after it was announced that he was catching fish on the DT6 crawdad color, that it was sold out on all the store shelves in one day.
A true fact is we have shipped more of the crawdad colors of our DT series already in the first 4 months of the year than we did all last year.
That is
well, that's great.
Well, again, we got a couple of minutes here. Matt, talk about something else. Anything coming up that we need to know about from you guys?
ICAST is coming up.
Yeah, ICAST. Are you gonna
sneak peek?
A sneak peek. You're gonna give us a little tease here, maybe?
Well, I certainly will. So when we've talked about balsa, but we're the only company that's actually making a hybrid type of baits for the bass market and for the multi-species market. We call it our BX series.
The BX, wow. Okay,
The BX series, so it's balsa on the inside, but then we encapsulate it with plastic on the outside. So it's, one of the crankbaits that we're launching here at ICAST is called the BX Big. It's called the Big Brat. We'll be quiet about it, but it's the Big Brat.
All right.
Wow.
What's cool about it? Our marketing campaign is that it's our 4-wheel drive crankbait.
You've got Ron excited over there.
You want to do with it.
Ron's about 6 inches taller right now because he's thinking.
Well, certainly, I'll assume, Matt, you will be at ICAST.
I will be at ICAST. Yeah, having lots of fun.
Ron will be there.
I'll be there. I'm going to look forward to meeting you and let you talk to me about it, and we'll do some work with you.
Yeah, we'll handle that. Look for Ron Wong. He's everywhere down there, Matt. Just be prepared,
You got it. I will. Well, I just got to say it's been a treat talking to you guys, and especially what a perfect timing with the Minnesota fishing opener. It's one of those deals where it's dear to everybody's heart up here in Minnesota, but that's what we do. And everyone here loves to be out on the water, but I was excited to take a little time out of my day to be kind of spreading the joy.
Well, you got it, Matt. Thank
you, buddy.
Before
we let you leave, if somebody wants more information about Rapala lures or any of the other wonderful products you guys have, where do they go?
All they got to do is go to Rapala.com, and you can find out everything you need to know about us, our company. We have a blog on there that covers articles from every part of the country. So we love to share everything we have. And they can also check us out on our own social pages.
RAPALA.com. It's that easy, okay?
That's all you need.
All right. Thank you, Matt. We'll talk to you down the road. Okay, buddy?
Thank you, guys. Take care. Happy fishing.
Thank you. Let's take a break. Come right back. We'll try to talk a little TWRA with Amy Snyder on Outdoors with Larry Ray.